Here we are, nice day. A little bit of wind. Callahan campsite. Ready to take off here. Pretty soon. We'll see what happens. Alright, we're going to try a voiceover. This is the takeoff, got blown off to the right a little bit, back on track, overcorrected, missed that tree, good job. Now, as we got in the air, I was having problems getting into my harness. I did some adjustments to the harness, and here I am paying the price. Still not in the harness. It's riding on my back. I've got to get some altitude to adjust it. There we go, left hand down. Yeah, always looking for a landing. Big dark cloud up there. That'll come into play later on. There's the black Tusk, and I haven't decided where I was going to fly to yet at this point. I hadn't flown in a few months, so just doing a little bit of a shakedown. This is a brand new wing. I've only got, this is the second flight I've taken on this wing. It's an ozone Roadster, and it is the 28 meter. Well, it's a big wing. Still not in my harness. Okay, I've gotten into the harness. Feels pretty good. Sitting comfortably. A nice wind from the southwest at about maybe 5 kilometers an hour. Get some altitude and figure out where I'm going to go. That's looking up towards Whistle Village. Up the highway. Getting up to about 800 to 1,000 feet here. At this point, I think I made up my mind. I'm going to fly to the Black Tusk. like a Moster 185, and it's a silent, so I do have the option of electrical start or pull start, but I took the electrical start out. The e-start is out of it, so it's just a pull start. Things are going great. I'm cruising, probably going about 20 kilometers an hour, heading towards the Black Tusk. And I realized I forgot my gloves. At this point I could, if I had a motor out, turn around and land where I took off from. Pretty soon I'll be past the point of no return and then start looking for other outs. If and when my engine stalls. These are 2-stroke motors. Kind of unreliable, but this is the most reliable paramotor motor you could get. Here's Daisy Lake. Cruising nice, probably 3/4 throttle, and heading towards Black Tusk. Everything seems normal. There's Function Junction in yonder. Black Tusk right there. Whistler on the left, Whistler Mountain. Just starting to see a glimpse of Check Moose Lake. Noticing the wind is getting stronger, probably at 3,000 feet. I'm still penetrating maybe 5 to 10 kilometers an hour forward towards Black Tusk, but there is a headwind the higher I get. I'm noticing forward penetration is turned into upward altitude, which means the wind is increased. And going up really fast. I'd turn my wing like that. There was an airplane just below me. Just let them know I'm up there. Sometimes I carry a radio with me, but this time I did not. Oh yeah, just going out. Might be penetrating at 5 miles an hour now. Starting to realize this. I think this is getting close to where I set my trims so I can penetrate this headwind. Here it seems like it hit a shear, something I can't get up into. Just got to keep at it. Once I get through it here, you'll see in a sec, there's no more penetrating. It is blowing up there. At this point, I'm starting to get a little concerned about my progressing. Yeah, I'm not really getting ahead here. I'm just going up. I'm just, I've got it at 3/4 throttle and I'm just basically sitting. I broke through the shear and I got into a stronger wind pattern above, and this black cloud in front of me, I think, is the source. See, I'm almost getting further away from black dust and I'm pointing towards it, and I'm getting blown back. At this point, I'm worried about gas. Yeah. Thinking maybe I better pack this in, better check some gas level. Now the way you check the gas, take the phone out, take a video of your gas tank right below your seat, and that's how you tell how much gas you got. Going up. Yeah, better check the gas. There's check waste light, beautiful. So at the bottom of what's around the backside. Yeah, I'm just sitting, I'm not even moving. Look at my knees to the terrain. I'm not even penetrating forward. I've got it at 3/4 throttle. Anymore, I just go straight up, so I'm not sure if I've got my trims out at this point. I should. And there's the picture of the gas tank. Hard to see because it's so bright up there and the screen's a bit dim, and can't really tell how much gas I have. Hands not on the toggles. That's a little sketch too. I mean, something comes through, a wind blow comes through. It's nice to have your hands on the toggles just to correct anything that happens. Some active flying. I'm above Black Tusk probably by 500 feet, maybe more. But I think at this point it's time to bail. Yeah. I'm up there, top of the world. I think the cloud base was probably 11,000 feet. I might be sitting at 85, 87. Yep. Time to bail. Down to bail, loosen altitude. I mean, the wind was blowing up there. I was just getting blown back. As soon as I let off the throttle, I just swooped back, went backwards. Now I'm like, that's function. That's yeah, that's the Olympic Park, or the Olympic, the soccer field function. You know, there's Alta Lake, so I'm going back quick. Listen around, it's like right behind me now. Yeah, I started doing a couple of whoop-de-woos here just to get down for the wind. Not to mention my hands are getting cold. It was getting a bit chilly up there. Hindsight, I should have just spiraled down. There you go, let your trims out, too late. And I can really hear the wind, and I'm not even trying to penetrate, I'm just idling. Woohoo! There's some mountains like right there's the Keiko. Come on, you gotta get down, get down. You're gonna end up in Function or in Emerald. There's no real place to land anywhere in Whistler. Swinging in the sky. Yeah. What do you do? A little bit low on gas. LZ is probably 11 to 12 kilometers away, and you're getting blown back. to watch. I just want to tell myself, swoop down, spiral, get down, get out of the wind. But I figured it out just a bit slowly. At least the trims are out. I thought I'd went through the big wind shear and I thought I'd try to penetrate forward, but still just sitting there's my foot up, just trying to gauge the terrain if I'm getting forward at all. Oh, I'm blowing way back. Come on, get down. Get out of that wind. At this point, I'm seriously contemplating landing at the soccer field in Jackamoose. Come on, get down, get out of that wind. Go to your right so you have a chance to land. It's just blowing, it's so windy. Come on, get down. There you go. Start swinging. When the wind goes sideways, you lose altitude, so I'm trying to just get down, and I'm realizing, man, I'm pretty close to Alta Lake there. There's the divers. A few more of those quick ones, let's go. There you go. Just dropped through another shear where the wind is a bit lighter, but it's still blowing up there. On the south, southwest, it's blowing me back into the valley towards Whistler Village. Where's Funky Town? Let's go. Let's go. Get down. Because the wind's only like 5 kilometers, 500 feet up above ground level. D-Rock down. Don't drop too fast. Work your way down. Nice work. There's a big dip. It goes 40 feet. I am eyeing up that soccer field. Alright, let's test the penetration here. Not really, a little bit. Okay, making some progress forward now. Now I just hope there's enough gas. Now I know there was more than 2-3 liters when I checked at 8,000 feet, and I didn't use that much as I went backwards and tried to get forward here. So pretty confident I've got enough gas to make it up. I still got to go 11 kilometers. Down the highway. A little bit of rotor coming off the mountain on my right. Trying to conserve a little bit of fuel. cool. There you go, now I'm getting some forward penetration. Sitting at about 500 feet. This is perfect. Put the foot up to see my forward progress, and it is good. This is good. Finally I can see my LZ in the yonder. Just got to cross the highway. Trying to stay close to the train tracks, which are right there. Beautiful view from here. You can see the beautiful Checkers River. I think those are the hydro lines on the right. Those are roads that the hydro company used to repair and look after and maintain the hydro lines. Then of course you have the highway, and then right above the highway there's lots of power lines. There's the Callahan Valley up on the right. I can finally see my LZ getting happy, a little bit more gas. Get there a little quicker. Callahan Road, goes up to the Olympic Park. Maybe that'll be my next flight. I've done it once before, maybe 5 years ago. Flew all the way up there and circled the ski jumps. Okay, I gotta come in here a bit soft because wind is coming from in front of me, so from the southwest. As I approach, the trees are really tall all around the landing. The landing's good and long, but it's kind of narrow if there's shifty winds. One time I did actually had to land on this road. Funny story, RCMP asked me what I was doing. I said, yeah, I had a little bit of a landing here, and now I gotta walk back to my car. And he said, put your stuff in the car and jump in. Gave me a ride back to my car, and really nice guy. Okay, my approach here, I realized I'm too high. I'm way too high. I better do a figure eight or a Z or maybe a loop. What did I do? Oh, an S turn, yeah. Well, no, too low. Well, you can just see how butter smooth the wind is here compared to up top. I got to needle it through. Still a bit too high. Bleed off a little bit of altitude. And swing right here over the trees. I should have a windsock still set up at my truck. Telling me if it's okay to land. I like to come in right over the road here so that lines you up with the landing. In recent times, there's lots of camper vans here now, which make more obstacles for me. This is the overflow for the Olympics back in the day, but now it's parking for the Whistler Snowmobile Club. There's my truck. Went in for a nice landing, and then I get a poof, little downwinder from behind. Pardon my language.
Ah, fuck.
Aye. So if you like this video, like, subscribe.
Well, that was an exciting flight.
Was.
Still recording. Wow.
GoPro, amazing, still working.
Oh man, so went up there, I got blown back all the way almost to the village, and then trickled back, and I just can't wait to see how much gas I got. Oh, jeez.
Beautiful sky there. You can see the wisps. That's from big wind. Breaking the clouds apart. Look at all the gas. Oh man, I was worried for nothing.
Let's just come get the wing in a sec.
You lazy. Yeah, come back and get the wing.
Man, that was fast landing.
Fast land. Good job, Don.
Fast landing. Jeez.
Anybody had any comments about this flight? Let me know in the comments. Nothing too negative, man. Be nice. Ciao for now.